Hello everyone, this week we'll have a very special episode. Next Friday, September 30, Rosetta mission will end. So let's see what happened in this more than 12-year mission. After the great success of the early Armada in 1986, ESA and NASA started working on a cooperative mission. NASA would build the Comet Rendezvous asteroid flyby and ESA the Comet Nucleus sample return. But in 1992, NASA backed out of the project and Europeans decided to continue on their own, but the sample return had to be scrapped due to budget limitations. The mission was changed and they would use an orbiter and a lander, Rosetta and Philae. Rosetta is powered with solar panels, making it the first spacecraft to reach Jupiter without using RTGs. Ultimately, this became one of the reasons that weighted in the decision to end the mission now, because it will get to a point where the solar panels won't be effective anymore due to the great distance from the Sun. Rosetta and Philae are packed with science instruments, and I mean packed. You can find the full list in the description below. I'm just gonna name a few. ALICE, which is the ultraviolet spectrograph used to search and quantify the noble gas in the comet nucleus. OSIRIS is the main imaging system. Philae has the APXS, another spectrometer capable of detecting alpha particles and X-rays, allowing to gather information about the elemental composition of the comet's surface, and the ST2 or sample drilling and distribution system to study the comet composition. The mission was to be launched on January 12, 2003 and rendezvous with the comet 46P Wirtanen in 2011, but in December 2002 there was a failure during an Ariane 5 launch. All of the Ariane rockets were grounded during investigations. So the plan was changed. Rosetta would rendezvous with 67P Churiyumov-Gerasimenko and it was launched on March 2nd from the Guiana Space Center. Several gravity assists were planned to achieve the required velocity for the rendezvous. The first was an Earth flyby, then the billion-euro gamble, a very risky maneuver to correct the trajectory. It was a Mars flyby on February 2007 with an estimated altitude of 250 kilometers from the surface, and because it was on the planet's shadow, the solar panels couldn't be used. So to avoid a dangerous power shortage, they decided to put the spacecraft in standby running on batteries. This meant no communication. But it all went extremely well, and Rosetta gathered some science of the Martian surface. On November 2007, before the second Earth flyby, Rosetta was mistaken by an asteroid, and they even gave it a name, 2007 V884. And for a brief moment, there were some speculations about said asteroid and if it would impact our planet. On November 2009, Rosetta flew by Earth one last time, and on July 2010 flew by 21 Lutetia on the asteroid belt. Then, on June 2011, the spacecraft was put on hibernation mode. Rosetta woke up on January 20th, 2014. On July, we saw the first pictures of the comet and found out it looks like a duck. Rosetta became the first man-made object to orbit a comet on August 2014. Finally, on November, after more than 10 years together in space, Philae detached. The landing was trouble though. The harpoons that were meant to keep the lander on the surface didn't fire, and Philae bounced. It bounced at 38 cm per second, 6 cm more, and it would have reached escape velocity. Also, when the sensors detected the first touchdown, the reaction wheel stopped, making the lander rotate every 13 seconds. Because it landed on an odd position, it wasn't able to properly collect solar energy, so its batteries ran out after 2 days, and it lost communication with Rosetta. Little Philae would awake again during the summer of 2015. Some of the scientific highlights are the discovery of hydrogen and oxygen on the comet's coma, that the water on Earth is unlikely to have originated from comets like this, and the biggest of them all, so far, is the discovery of complex organic molecules. Finally, on September 2016, Rosetta found and took a picture of Philae, and taking advantage of the more powerful and varied instruments on the orbiter, Rosetta will crash land on 67P, gathering science until the very last moment. It's expected to lose contact on the moment of touchdown. This will be a spectacular end to a spectacular mission. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have some thoughts you wanna share about the Rosetta mission, please leave a comment below. Have a nice week!